What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P, back once again. And you know what it means when you see me? It means that the Motor City Cats are back at it. Came to give you stats, not static, whatever you do. Make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. What up, though, Tactical Sport? Um, so we got a few things that we got to get into today. We're gonna talk about a few moves that are yet to be made, and we're gonna see if any of those moves would fit the Detroit Lions. Um, so a little bit of chat participation today. Sorry I'm late. Your boy was dealing with a little bit of fatigue. Just a little bit of fatigue. So had to get a little bit of sleep. Um, all right. So let's go ahead and get right into it today. Um, we've got a list of free agents. I think this is the best of the rest. We'll talk about each one of them. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. None of them were considered um none of them were considered like the best moves for the Detroit Lions. Um so that is what that is. All right. Hold on, let me download that. All right. So let's get to this list of these people. All right. Best fits for the top 15 remaining NFL free agents. This list comes from David Valentino and Brendan Dang of The Score. All right. Number one is Stefan Diggs. Can I interest in anybody in some Stefan Diggs? I'm not interested in Stefan Diggs myself. I'm just asking you if you are interested in the chat with some Stefan Diggs. Um, they say that the best fit for Stefan Diggs is the Patriots. I say that the best fit for Stefan Diggs is out of the league. But that's neither here nor there. That's um the Patriots, I think, would be a terrible move. You've got a second year quarterback. He's really trying to figure things out. And then you've got a head case and a cancer like Stefan Diggs, who's gonna come in there and demand the football, and as long as he's getting it, he's gonna be happy. As long as he's not getting it, he's not gonna be happy. If you're in the chat one, stop through, say what up though. You know? So all right, the number two free agent on this list is Amari Cooper. Can I interest anybody in some Amari Cooper? What do y'all think? Amari Cooper, yes or no? I'm gonna tell you if I'm in or if I'm out. Amari Cooper going once. Amari Cooper going twice. Tactical Sports says once again, nope. I'm also out on Amari Cooper. Here's why I'm out on Amari Cooper. Um, I don't know what kind of contract he's going to command. Joseph Murdoch says, "What up? I'm having a change of mind for the 28th pick. I actually think Gray Zabel, North Dakota State, would be the logical pick." All right, we'll talk about that. Logical? I don't think so. But I understand picking a guard or whatever at some point. Amari Cooper, again, I don't know what his contract is going to be. I don't know what you're pay, you're paying for a guy who was traded for at the trade deadline and then not brought back. I like Zadarius Smith, but I don't think that it was like the Zadarius Smith thing. Zadarius Smith's situation was weird because he was still productive for the team that traded for him. However, he just cost a little bit too much, and maybe that's what the Bills are doing. Um, but I don't know. Did Amari Cooper do a whole lot when he was with the Bills? I don't think he did, and that's why they released him. But this list has him going back to the Las Vegas Raiders. This list is chock full of people going back to where they used to be. All right. Number 3 on this list, and I think it's just coming down this way, or maybe it's not. Maybe they just think that all top three are receivers. Number 3 on this list is Keenan Allen. Can I interest you in a Keenan Allen? Anybody? Anybody interested in that? All right. Shift guy once again says nope. He's not interested in Keenan Allen. Now, um, I would be interested in Keenan Allen for the right price, and I don't think the price is going to be right. I also don't think that Keenan Allen needs to be here. Um, I know he has tremendous respect for the organization that he couldn't beat. He used to torch us all the time, but he went to Chicago and played us twice in that year and couldn't beat us once. So I appreciate him for that. I also don't feel about the Cleveland Browns the way I feel like Jeff Ohel Nokuda. Okay. Um, what that has to do with the Cleveland Browns, I don't know. But they're saying that the best fit for Keenan Allen would be the Washington Commanders. Um, Now they just got Debo Samuel. I'm not 100% convinced that the Debo thing is going to work out, or it's going to, not that it's going to work out, but that it's going to pay dividends. I really don't see him as much as a receiver. However, um, over there in Tampa Bay, not Tampa Bay, over there in Washington, you do have Cliff Kingsbury, who, you know what I'm saying, you know, I think he's from that Shanahan tree as well, right? They're all the young coaches, or he's from the McVay tree or something. But I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible resign or a terrible signing, but if you're looking at spending money on an aging free agent receiver, I'd say no. Um, yeah, Joseph, I get that part, but in the first round, I'd say no. I would say you can get your guy in the second round because we've got a pressing need, very very pressing need on the other side of Hutch, and I don't think that anyone could actually debate that we, if you want to go into ifs and fifths and drinking, then you can talk about Marcus Davenport. Um, the next one, can I interest you in a Justin Simmons safety? Um, I want to say he played for. Did he go back to Denver? Um, yeah. I don't know where he played. I think he played. I think did he play for Atlanta last season? Um, yeah, I think he did. But Justin Simmons is a safety. Um, he played his best ball apparently in Vic Fangio's um system while he was in Denver. Yes, so he is slated, or he is projected, or the best fit for him is the Philadelphia Eagles, which is why I mentioned Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio may very well leave Miami and go back to Philadelphia, and I don't know what that issue will be. We can skip over the next one. It's Aaron Rodgers. Nobody wants Aaron Rodgers. All right, this is an intriguing one. J.K. Dobbins. Would you be interested in having a J.K. Dobbins on your team? Tactical Sports says, yeah, I think it was ATL. Tactical Sports says, nope. I feel like even if you want to draft the talent of J.K. Dobbins, one thing has been certain is that he has not been able to stay on the field. If you're investing all that money in a stimulus, in a what was it? If you're looking at all that money in a what did he's been injured. I'm talking about. I lost my train of thought. So he's been injured. If you're looking at his ability in a way that you're like, oh well, blah 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 blah. Okay, there's Marcus Davenport. There's Emmanuel Mosley. Staying healthy is an art form, and some people are adept at it. Some people are not adept at it. So no, J.K. Dobbins, you can go to the Broncos like they said. All right, the next one, um, which is Russell Wilson. Okay, now this is a caveat. We can't even really talk about this because Russell Wilson is no longer a free agent. He signed a little bit earlier, maybe 45 minutes or so before I got on the show. Signed with the New York Giants. So Russell Wilson is technically not on this list. All right. The next one. The next one is Matthew Judon of the Cincinnati Bengals. Or they want him to be of the Cincinnati Bengals. But Matthew Judon, what do you think about signing Matthew Judon? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Thumbs down, says Tactical Sport. Um, says the Bengals may or may not have the resigning league, may not be the resigning lead leader. No, the reigning league leader in sacks. Trey Hendrickson in the fold. Even if they make it work with their star pass rusher, the defense could be a star pass rusher. The defense could be another veteran on the edge, and Judon should or could use another veteran on the edge, and Judon should come at a far lower than that price. So I would understand what it means to go ahead and wait for Matthew Judon, driving the price down, and then when it gets closer to training camp, then be expected to play then. Um, I don't know, but Matthew Judon to the Bengals makes sense. They're working on an extension with Trey Hendrickson. I'm not 100% sure that it gets done. We'll see in a couple weeks here if he gets back on social media and talks about how he never wanted to go back to the who am I thinking? Never wanted to go to the Patriots. Blah blah blah. So anyway, um, the next one. This is a guy that I like, and I don't know that if it's my like for him that would cause me to say yes here. I know he would play that Emmanuel Mosley role. He would be a mentor and blah 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 blah. However, do you want to bring in a mentor for however much it's going to cost you to get Stephon Gilmore? What do y'all think in the chat? Stephon Gilmore is a guy that I've always liked. Um, but you bring in Avante Maddox, you bring in Rock Yassin to already go along with Kyle Hamilton, not Kyle Hamilton, sorry, um, with Kirby Joseph, who is one of the best corners, or not corners, but safeties in the league, and then you've got Kirby and Brian Branch, again, best safeties in the league, the tandem for sure. How are you going to have room to pay these Uber drivers? How are you going to have room to pay Stephon Gilmore? Depends on the price, says Tactical Sport. um, Hold on. Let me get my bearings, guys. Let me get my bearings. I'll be right back. But let me get my bearings. 1 second. Cause I'm all over the place. 1 second. Be right back. All right. I should be good to go. Okay. So said depends on the price. Um, so it says Stephon Gilmore, 34, still looks to have some good football left after a solid season with the Vikings. He could be an upgrade over Dane Jackson, who's the projected starting corner outside across from Christian Benford. So, of course, these people believe that Stephon Gilmore should return to the Bills. I don't hate it for the Bills. I wanted Stephon Gilmore to come to Detroit last year. Obviously, his brother was here. I don't even know. Is Stephen Gilmore like still on the practice squad, or did we finally give up on that dream? But obviously, he chose the wrong side. He went to Minnesota, and he didn't taste victory over here. And again, when you go to Minnesota, when you go to Chicago, when you go to Green Bay, last year you got swept by the Detroit Lions. So anybody that was over in any of those places wasn't going to taste the sweetness of victory. Um, but Stephon Gilmore is a guy with Avante Maddox and Rock Yassin. I don't know if you go and do that. I think people would kind of lose their minds if we did do that. Great mentor for Terrion and it's Rakestraw, but DJ Reed is also going to be a great mentor for those guys. All right, the next one on this list. The next one on this list is Von Miller. Miller is looking for a new team after his release from the Bills. The Chiefs could use a pass rusher to help George Karlaftis on the outside. Kansas City has struggled to get consistent pressure from edge rushers in recent years. So have we. Y'all are going to hate the next one. I'm just going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you you're going to hate the next one. Tactical Sports says no to Von Miller. Okay. As he said, they think that he should go to the Chiefs. I think Von Miller is probably cooked at this point. If he was worth bringing back, I think the Bills would probably bring him back. So, all right. Are y'all ready for this one? Drum roll, please. All right. The Commanders lost Dante Fowler to the Cowboys in free agency after he led the team in sacks last season. This person could provide a veteran presence up front, and he's still got a lot left in the tank. Even at 32 years old, he totaled 9.5 sacks, split between two teams last year. They think this person should go to the Washington Commanders to help them out. Do you want to know the two teams this person split between last year? While still totaling 9.5 sacks. 67 pressures. That would be the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. This person on this list is none other than Zadarius Smith. They believe that Zadarius Smith would be better off going to the Washington Commanders. They give the Detroit Lions no love. And I hate this. I would hate for Z to go to the Commanders. I would hate for him to go to any contender in the NFC that's not the Detroit Lions. It's just the way that I feel about it. Y'all know that I love me some Zadarius. Yes. Tactical Sports says not the Commanders. He needs to come back. He definitely needs to come back to the Detroit Lions. It's just Marcus Davenport right now, bro. And that scares me. That scares me. And it doesn't scare me for reasons that I think that Marcus Davenport just won't be able to finish the season. And oh, well, there goes Marcus Davenport once again. It scares me because I believe that it's a path back to what happened last year with all the injuries that we had. Now, will they address it in the draft? Most likely. And then that's where we'll get to Joseph Murdoch's concern. Joseph Murdoch, yeah, I know there's nobody that Brad is committed to. However, we're just looking to see the top 15 that are left. Would any of these guys be good in Detroit? All right, the next one. Okay, is that lineman that we talked about. Baltimore lost Patrick McCarry in free agency. What better way to replace him than with five-time Pro Bowler Brandon Scherf. While he may not be the player he once was, he'd be an improvement for Baltimore's interior. On a 1 year deal, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would bring in Brandon Scherf. Um, we lost Zeitler. We're replacing him with some form of um, Graham Glasgow and Christian Mahogany. Um, I like Christian Mahogany. I don't know the excuse for Graham Glasgow is that he was hurt last year, and everyone is giving that excuse, but the player and the team. So I don't know that is actually a thing. I don't know if he was hurt. I don't know if he was banged up, but it looks like he could have been, which is fine. But I would rather throw Brandon Scherf out there than what's his name, Graham Glasgow. Um, Tactical Sports says rather draft one. Um, to be honest, I would too. But if we if we go the Joseph Murdoch one route and do that at 28, I'm actually going to be pretty upset. Here's an interesting one. Um, if it was going to happen, it probably would have happened before we brought in all of the others. But there's another cornerback on the market who I didn't even know was on the market. Okay? I thought he was locked up by his team. Um, I won't read his name first. Blank missed most of last season with the shoulder injury, which is why he should be a Lion. But he started 47 games as an outside cornerback since entering the league as a second round pick in 2021. So this will be the last year of his rookie deal. So he's still on the rookie deal, right? Um, but once you cut him, I guess they tear up that rookie deal. Um, these Seahawks have a lot of cornerbacks across Tariq Woolen, and he would be a great addition to Mike McDonald's secondary. Um, do you guys know who this cornerback is? Any guesses? Any stabs at it? All right. The guy that is available that I didn't even know was available is Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel Jr. apparently is available to sign. Um, and that's why I said if that was going to happen, that would have happened before the Avante Maddox and the Rock Yassin and I don't know if it would have happened instead of DJ Reed. You could make an argument as to why it would have happened, but because of the name. However, because he's still left over, maybe it was an injury, maybe it was something else. Teams just did not value Asante Samuel Jr., and they believed that he should go to the Seahawks. That is the last guy on the list. All right. So let's go ahead and transition into um, what Joseph Murdoch was saying. So Tactical Sports says depends on the price. Something tells me no, too pricey. Um, Again, the fact that he was cut, he had to be cut because he still has right? He still has this year, right? So if his rookie was 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, no, okay, no, he doesn't have this year. So he's a free agent. He wasn't cut. He's a free agent. Um, that's you're right. He might be a little bit too pricey, but at this point in the game, yesterday's price is not today's price, and that works against you as a free agent right now. Um, Yesterday's price is not today's price. Generally means that you sat around and waited too long, and now you got to pay more. But I think for free agents in this situation, you sat around and you went unsigned. Now you got to take less. And I think that's what would happen with Asante Samuel Jr. I would be very, very surprised to see him get top of the market money or to get extended beyond what DJ Reed got extended. Or who was the I think it's Paulson Adebo. Paulson Adebo is, I think, got the highest contract in free agency for a corner. Um, so you're looking at whatever Paulson Adebo made in his contract. Then Asante Samuel Jr. may be wanting 10 million more, or 5 million or 1 million, whatever the case may be. And if you are offered more than a place to stay and a hot meal, three hots and a cot, then maybe you should take that, Asante Samuel, because you have been waiting around and you are in the second wave of free agents. All right. Now we can get into the thing that Joseph Murdoch was talking about. I hope it's still here. Okay. Here's the thing. So let me go back and read his exact comment. Joseph Murdoch says, "What up? I'm having a change of mind for the 28th pick. I actually think Gray Zabel, center guard tackle, North Dakota State would be the logical pick." Now, as we've chronicled for many, many weeks here, the logical pick is going to be an edge rusher. It is not to say that you cannot address any other position later on in the draft. It's not to say that you can't double up on defensive ends. It's not to say that you can't draft a defensive tackle. It's not to say that you can't do any of these things. But if one is there, if there's a move that is to be made up, I would even say down, but I don't think it's happening, right? That they're going to trade out of the first round. But any move to be made ahead of the Detroit Lions or the draft ahead of the Detroit Lions should, um, well, I'm not going to say should, it will guarantee you your player. The Detroit Lions will probably, looking at Brad Holmes' track record, the Detroit Lions will probably not be picking at 28. Tactical Sports says, as for me, I'm not interested in a center guard or tackle at number 28. I'm not either. I'm interested in a James Pierce. I'm interested in a Shamar Stewart. I'm interested in a Michael Williams. I'm interested in Nick Scorton. I'm interested in people that play on the edge of the defense. Okay. Again, let me do this for you guys. Okay. There's not a lot of people here, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm gonna do something for you that you guys are gonna thank me for. All righty. I'm gonna ask Gemini something. All right. Okay. So that question um that I just asked, I'll probably have the information in a couple minutes. Okay. Um Tactical Sport says if it isn't front seven on the defense, don't want it. 100%. Okay. And you will see exactly why in a second. um, I'm trying to soldier through it. I know. I know we got some people that dropped off, but it's okay. Today was just an unexpected one of those mornings that you wake up and you think it's good, right? It's good. It's cool. I'm good through the day, and it just didn't work out that way, bro. It just did not work out that way. I came home around like 9:45 my time, and 9:45 a.m. I just crashed on the couch, bro. I crashed on the couch. So, and then I woke up at 10:39, which was 9 minutes after I was supposed to start the show. So, um, yeah, had to go put an ice pack on my face. Not ice water. I didn't do that today. I did that yesterday, but I didn't have time to do it today because I was already in here. Um, so I had a big ice pack, just what I'm saying, put it on my face to wake myself up. So it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. Sometimes it just don't work out. Sometimes you're just tired. Sometimes your body takes the sleep that it needs. Right? Tactic sport, you know that. You know all about that, right? All right, got the report. Okay. In 2022, y'all ready for this? Okay. My question, my research project was Aiden Hutchinson and the Detroit Lions pass rush performance, a comparative analysis from 2022 to 2024. Okay? In 2022, Aiden Hutchinson, uh, rookie season, 9.5 sacks. James Houston, 8. John Cominsky, 4. Okay? James Houston is no longer on this team. Why he's not on the team, I don't know. Okay. There was some stuff that went on with James Houston. I don't know if it wasn't no Isaiah Bugs type of stuff, but I don't know if he just had a bad attitude or what. These are things that I've heard. Okay. So at that point, 9.5 and 8 is a good tandem. You'll take 9.5 and 8. If I had to have Hutch not get to 10 sacks or more every year, I would say give him 9.5 and give me what's that kid's name? I just blanked. Um anyway, just insert pass rusher here. Okay. Give me 9.5 from Hutch and 8 from anybody else. Marcus Davenport. Right? I'm pretty sure you guys would take 9.5 sacks from Hutch. He gets less than 10 for Marcus Davenport to get 8. Yes or no? Would you agree or disagree? Okay. Now, I know that is only 17.5 sacks between the two of them, but it's getting bleak. It's 17.5 sacks between the two of them, but it's getting bleak. All right. In 2023, Aiden Hutchinson had 11 sacks. Aleem McNeil, I told you it's getting bleak. Aleem McNeil had 5 sacks. Alex Anzalone had 3 sacks. Ifeatu Malafanu had 3 sacks. Where is the other edge on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson? In 2023, what did that guy do? Who even was it? Was it Josh Pascal? Okay. So Aiden Hutchinson had 11.5. Aleem McNeil had 5. The next person to have any sacks that were above the number of 3 was a defensive tackle. It wasn't the other defensive end. 2024. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Because this is going to blow your mind. Y'all ready? Also, if you are in the chat, say what up, though. Smash the like button. I see that y'all are here. Just make sure y'all come in the chat and say something. All right. Here it goes. 11 sacks were carried off the field. 11 sacks were carried off the field. Do you know how many we had remaining to finish the season? Do you know how many we had remaining? We have 4. That 4 finished the season. That 4 finished. What up, though, Cedric Sweeney? That 4 finished the season. That 4 is no longer on the team. That 4 was brought in at the trade deadline. Aiden Hutchinson had 7.5 sacks. Aleem McNeil had 3.5 sacks. And neither one of them finished the season. Zadarius Smith had 4 sacks. Zadarius Smith was second to a man who played 5 games, 5.5 games this season. He was second. So when we say let's not draft an edge in the first round, let's draft a guard, this is what I submit, right? So Joseph Murdoch, the logical pick. Okay. And Cedric Sweeney says, and they wanted Houston gone. Exactly. I was like, he's taking up a roster spot, cool. but he also had 8 sacks in 7 games as a rookie. Um, TikTok this works as I know one person who didn't get anyone. That's Mr. Project Pat Martin. Uh, Project Pat Martin doesn't have any stats. He has no tackles, nothing. All right. So that's what I'm showing you right now. I'm showing you that on the other side of Hutch, on the other side of Hutch, because Hutch is going into his year 4. On the other side of Hutch, there's only been 1 year, and that was his rookie year, where the person on the other side of him was even comparable to him or even put up numbers that made any sense. Right? And that was James Houston. James Houston was a 6th-round pick who's no longer on the team because they wanted him to play Sam and he didn't fit it the Sam. And for whatever reason, they didn't think that they could deal with a designated pass rusher. I told everyone at the beginning of the season, James Houston is a specialist, so let him go be special. Yeah, he said Houston played less games too, right? So he only played 7 games his rookie season. He had 8 sacks. Dare I say that if he was able to start the season and have the same type of production, he'd have had more than Hutch. He would have had more sacks than Hutch. And that's cool. You know why? Because Hutch is on the other side. And this is the same exact reason why we keep talking about bringing in an edge to pair with Hutch, because Hutch is on the other side. Right? And there's going to be a lot of attention paid to Hutch. Okay? But once you bring in that Mike Green or that James Pierce Jr. or that Shamar Stewart or Nick Scorton or insert name of draft prospect edge defender here, you assume that they're also going to get better because they're rookies. They're coming in with a situation where you got Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, and he's commanding a lot of double teams and a lot of, attention. And then you got over here, you got Aleem McNeil, who does get double team quite a lot. All right, so you got 4 guys over here double teaming, and you're 1-on-1 as a rookie with your man. Guess what you got to do? Beat them and get sacks. Beat them and get sacks. And that's all you have to worry about. Okay? Again, since Hutch came into the league 4 years ago now, he's had one person give him any help on the edge. The rest of the time, his help was coming from right next to him with Aleem McNeil. Okay? Remember, John Kaminsky burst on the scene. He had 4 sacks. And everybody was like, oh, the commish. And then he missed the entirety of last season with an injury. Right? So, I think I've proven why a guard, tackle, center is not going to be a great pick on that side of the at number 28. We just don't have the production. We don't have the production on the other side of Hutch, and we need to get some. That's all. That's all. Um, and no, I'm not falling asleep when I'm looking down. I'm actually looking at my phone because that's where the report is. Okay, like I said, I put the ice pack on my face, and I'm a good, I'm fine, good to go. Um, what do y'all think about Russell Wilson to the Giants? Does anybody have any opinions? Russell Wilson to the Giants. Does that mean that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler? I don't know. All right. I think Joseph Murdoch is gone. I figured it would be Wilson or Rodgers um, to the Steelers or to the Giants. Thank God we're not the Giants. I mean, I know they have Super Bowls, and I think if we're being quite honest, I think as Detroit Lions fans, we would definitely take the dysfunction of of the New York Giants, who have already won a couple of Super Bowls, whose fans have seen them win a couple of Super Bowls, and we would take that. We would take all the misery. We would take all the Joe Shine, all of the letting go of Saquon Barkley and him drafting to stay in the league. I think we would take it all. Um, Cedric Sweeney said, "I hope Goff got some cardio in because he's going to need more than that running in a circle and falling on the ground." Goff was doing his Vanilla Vic thing last season, man. Come on, man. Come on. He's not Lamar Jackson by any stretch of the words. He's not even Patrick Mahomes. Um, but yeah, I think he did okay. As far as mobility wise, he's gotten better. He's gotten better. He seems to be um he's serviceable, bro. He's serviceable in the running as a rusher. Um, like with his legs. He's not gonna wow you. He's not gonna blow you away, but he'll go ahead and he'll get you. He'll get you a what you call it. He'll get you some first downs every now and again when you need them. What just came across? Uh-oh. Breaking news. Meh, 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 meh. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. Um, where is it? Where is it, bro? Meh, 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 meh. Is this it? Meh, 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 meh. Yes, it is. Okay. Breaking news. Meh, 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 meh. Um, I shouldn't laugh at this, right? Hold on. What is this dude's name? Kevin Hart. All right. I just changed it. What? Um, what I need tags. Uh, all right. So okay, cool. All right. All right. Breaking news: Damian Lillard is out indefinitely with blood clots. Um, so if there was going to be a Detroit Pistons Milwaukee Bucks matchup, the only person that we have to worry about in the series would be Giannis. Yet let's Giannis get 60 a night. You stop everybody else and you win the series. It's unfortunate for Damian Lillard. Hope he gets healthy, full recovery, and is able to come back. What up, though, Mister Detroit City? Uh, Tactical. His problem is that his legs are uncoordinated with each other. Giants gonna have four quarterbacks," said Cedric Sweeney. Yeah, because they also signed Jameis Winston. Um, Rogers to the 49ers joke. No, that wasn't the breaking news. That was not the breaking news. Um, but yeah, so I mean that's news for the Pistons. We'll have to see what kind of seed they get or whatever. What up though? Just a fan. Um, did y'all did saw the show yesterday? Did you guys enjoy the show with KG? Um, Let me know because this is something we're looking into doing every Monday when I have the LNU stream. Just bringing KG in, chopping it up. You know, KG knows ball, bro. He knows ball. Um, it's good when you have a content creator who also knows what he's talking about, who's not just throwing out takes like the Kansas City Chiefs aren't gonna make the playoffs, and Matthew Betts is gonna make the team, and he's gonna be the leading sack getter. Okay, Matthew Betts, the sack getter. Um, I missed my drop. Matthew Betts, the sack getter.
A sugar cookie, man. This is crazy.
This isn't exactly the I need to find the drop. This says I'm a rapper. I'm not a sugar cookie getter. Um, Let me see if I can find it. I need that. I need that. All right. So I do have the. I did get the. That's just the video, and it actually doesn't even do anything. It's 2 seconds. Anyway, yeah. Back to my question. Cedric Sweeney says, "Did Betts make another team?" Yes, he made another CFL team. He went back to the CFL. Uh, Justin Fan says, "So no flannel visits." You know what? I will say Flannel does do his work, bro. He does do his research. Um, I think Flannel has gotten better. Um, at the nuance part, right? I think he's gotten better at the nuance part. What up, those salty pork chops? Nah, you didn't miss a whole lot. I was fighting fatigue. I'm okay now. Tactical Spork said, yeah, KG, cool people. Justin Fan says KG was good with you. Says I would like to see Spinny on a show or two. Yeah, I can make that happen. Yeah. Just have to see when his time is. But yeah, we could get Spinny on. Talk ball. I talked to Derek yesterday about the draft. So I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that, everyone will be doing their own thing. But I talked to him. So here's my question, because I wasn't in the chat with you guys. And I think it was J Rod that said it looked like there were two chats going on. When you were in my chat, not the LNU, could you also, within the same chat, could you also see what the people from LNU were saying? Because I know you come in from the YouTube interface, right? So when I am on LNU or when I'm having a guest, I do StreamYard, right? Because that's just that's the easiest thing to do. Like when you're using like OBS and stuff, it's hard to deal with guests. If y'all remember, I used to have Easy on, and it would sound like there would be like a popping sound on his audio, and that's when I was using OBS. So I switched to StreamYard for guests. Whenever I'm gonna have a guest, it's gonna be on StreamYard. So let me know, like, what was the? So you said you can't see it. So why did J Rod say it looked like it was two chats going on? Or was he in both? That's the thing. That's the thing you have to figure out, how to integrate chats. Again, bro, if y'all don't know about this Gemini deep research, get your hands on it. I'm just telling you, get your hands on it. I'm about to put the research claim in. Okay, so I just put in the research claim, so we'll see what happens, or the research question. Oh, okay. Tactical Spork says, but I think he was just picking up that you were talking to people that he couldn't see. Uh, yes, that's what it was. Salty Pork Chop says the Patriots finally got a receiver worth something. Did they get Stephon Diggs? Because we talked about it a little bit earlier. Yes, they are. There you go. That was an hour ago. So as we were talking about it, I guess they were doing the deal. I still think it's a terrible deal. Not deal, but I think it's a terrible signing because you got a quarterback um who's very young. He's in his second year, and you've got this cancer in the locker room. Um, I mean, he meshed well. I guess with C.J. Stroud as he was in his second year. Maybe he knows that the writing is on the wall. Maybe he finally understands the reputation that he has in the league and why he has it. Maybe he's changed. I don't know. Um, but this is the same conversation that you had about James Pierce. If he's a terrible teammate, is he on the Stephon Diggs level? Is he going to be able to completely disintegrate a locker room? But he's not a wide receiver, so what is he complaining about? I'm not getting my sacks. Well, get them. That's your job. Go get them. A wide receiver plays a dependent position, so it's a little bit different. If everybody comes back healthy to the Detroit Lions, we still have a Super Bowl contending roster. Um, Obviously, the coordinators are a check mark or a question mark. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know how James Pierce is a terrible teammate and he's uncoachable. I don't know. I just don't. Um, 3 years, 69 million, only 26 million guaranteed. Yeah. Um, but yeah, is James Pierce on the level of a Stephon Diggs? If not, then you draft him. You know, it's just that simple. But as we said yesterday, all 32 teams were at his pro day. So whatever you can do with that, what you will. Um, but I really believe that it's just a lot of smoke and mirrors with the terrible teammate and terrible person stuff um, that is getting thrown around about him. All right. Let's do some mailbag questions, guys. Get your mailbag questions in. My apologies, bro. The last couple weeks I have been super duper busy. I have not even checked the Discord. Um, but I just now remembered that I should do that because Armenian man has been sending me messages. um, but yeah, I just remembered that I should be doing that. I got show topics. No, in the show pot topic is Armenian man trying to get me to see his messages. All right, and J. Rod was asking me about the mock draft as well. Um, Josephine, is the slushy business going well? It's going. Yes, it's going. Um, I'm mostly working. My wife is doing the slushy business. My wife and my daughter. Um, our location isn't great, but it is just what it is for now. But yeah, we are getting a lot of positive reviews, and a lot of people like the product. A lot of people like the product, so we're gonna keep pushing it. You know what I mean? um, Tactical Spork says, which coordinator do you think will perform better than the coordinator they replaced? Ooh. Um, the easy answer for that one is Kelvin Shepard. Um, the reason that I say that the easy answer is Kelvin Shepard, not because I 100% believe that Kelvin Shepard is going to be a better defensive coordinator than AG. I just think that Kelvin Shepard is going to bring a fresh approach While they are going to keep the concepts, I just think the way that they're going to be deployed is going to be a lot different, right? Like I feel like you're going to see the linebackers featured a lot more. I think linebackers will have more coverage opportunities. Um, you might see some more linebacker blitzes um, because Kelvin Shepard is a former linebacker. And he was the linebackers coach last year, and he has been for the last, what, 3 years? So he knows his personnel. Um, Derek Barnes is back, so he's got his full complement of guys. Obviously, Malcolm Rodriguez won't be starting the season as an active player. He'll be on the pup. But remember, Malcolm Rodriguez is the guy that impressed Shep so much as a rookie, as a 6th-round rookie on Hard Knocks, that he was like, I don't want to play this rookie, but y'all are forcing my hand. Um, so yeah, I think that will be the look. As he was also running the defense last year in certain games. Um, when you saw AG sit down and cross his legs, right? He put his ankle over his knee. I don't want to say he crossed his legs. He put his ankle over his knee. Who do you think was running the defense at that point? Right? AG was like, I can sit down and chill. Now, did AG get everything up to that point and then he sat down and let Kelvin Shepard take over? I think Kelvin Shepard had a bigger hand in it. So I think Kelvin will be better as a first-time coordinator than on this team than John Morton will be on this team. But then if you play in devil's advocate and you're going, okay, well, let me argue against myself. John Morton has an offense which is pretty hard to mess up. I haven't called plays at the NFL level. I don't think I could mess that up. Okay, I've called plays, at the high school level, so to speak. But I don't even think that I could mess up the play calling for the Detroit Lions with the offense and the weapons that we have. So, but I do think that it would be Kelvin Shepard. Justin Fan says, I think our defense is going to be top 5 this season. That ship has sailed, Justin Fan. I had that bold proclamation last year, and I was right. So don't you try your bold proclamations now. I already crowned them top 5. I bet the offense will be less flashy and more running. Yeah, you'd love to see more running from a guy like Gibbs. When you got that guy back there, yeah, you want to see him run the football more. Follow-up question. Do you think we take a step backwards because of the offensive coordinator? So I'll answer it this way. I think there's a path to it being a better, I don't want to say a better offense, but I want to say a more efficient offense. If we look at what Fan said. Oh, okay. All right. You said that last season. All right. I said it before the season. I don't know if you said it before the season. Yeah, I'm not gonna victory lap shame you, or I'm not I'm not that type of guy. But we do know who those people are. But if we look at Fan's comment where he says, I bet the offense will be less flashy and more running. I think there's a path for the offense to be more efficient than it was under Osama bin Johnson. And I mean it in a certain way where, much like in the Washington Commanders divisional round game, most people had a problem with them throwing the football on 3rd and 1, which resulted in a sack fumble. I think there will be less of the maddening plays that you did on third downs that will put you into fourth downs automatically. That's the path. Like you throw a smoke screen on 3rd and 1 and it wasn't blocked at all. So now it's 4th and 2 because you lost a yard. It doesn't matter if you threw it to JMO, you didn't give him any blockers. So he wasn't able to do anything because he was getting swarmed by the defense as soon as he touched the football. Um, the trick plays on third downs probably won't happen especially on 3rd and 1 or 2. Um, so I think that there's a path for it to be more efficient, especially if you're going to be run heavy. That's just going to be more efficient. So I don't think we'll take a step back. No. Now, will we be the most high flying offense like we were the past couple of years? Maybe not, but I do believe that there is a path to being more efficient. And I think that path starts with Johnny Moe sitting down and looking at the tape of what Ben Johnson, Osama Ben Johnson, Benedict Johnson, whatever you want to call him, did here. And I think in those third down situations, those were the situations that pissed people off about what Ben Johnson was doing. So if he studies those and figures out how to stay away from the pitfalls, I think it'll be a more efficient offense. Lions will score less and control the clock more, in my opinion. Um, See, so here's again, look at Jim Caldwell, right? When Jim Caldwell came in here, he took the ball out of Stafford's hands. And Johnny Moe just might be the offensive coordinator who takes the ball out of Goff's hands. I don't need the ball to come out of Goff's hands like, oh, he's incompetent or whatever. Both of those quarterbacks had a turnover issue. Matthew Stafford just turned the ball over the worst possible times. Throws a pick six at the end of a game where you've tried to fiercely rally and come back and all these things because he was a gunslinger and he didn't take care of the ball. Goff's issue with turnovers is that I think he just gets into his head and he's trying to overcorrect. So he gets so amped up about overcorrecting that he turns the ball over again and then he turns the ball over again. So again, as I've referred to it as punches and bunches. I think what Johnny Moe is going to do is, yeah, it's fine if you have one turnover. Now we're going to take the ball. We're going to give it to Monty. We're going to give it to Gibbs. Or we're going to give it to Gibbs and we're going to give it to Monty. We're going to pound the rock the next series. Like if you turn the ball over, then the next series or the next series or two is just going to be running the football as much as possible. Letting Goff know that he doesn't have to he doesn't have to go back and fix it. The milk has been spilled. No reason to cry over it. Just, get back on the horse and we'll run this offense accordingly, but take a chill pill, cool out a little bit, and we'll get the ball back in your hands, the series after next, something like that. Follow-up question. We have to embarrass the Bears, right? We must embarrass the Bears. We must. And this is another reason. This is another reason why you take an edge rusher in the first round and not a guard or a tackle or a center. Because if you take that edge rusher, then you're able to contain Caleb Williams because you got both edges firing off. Marcus Davenport didn't play Caleb Williams. We don't know what he looked like against the Bears. He didn't play the Bears. So, yes, we do have to embarrass the Bears. Do we have any more mailbag questions? Any more mailbag questions? We need to start getting more mailbag questions in as this off season uh crawls along, waiting for the draft. That is the next major event. Um, we say that the draft is not the Detroit Lions Super Bowl anymore, but it sure is the offseason Super Bowl. I tell you that much. I tell you that much. Um, no one cares for the Bears. Cowboy, yeah, you know what? It's about time that the Cowboys came back to Detroit. I can't remember when is the last time the Cowboys were in Detroit. Because it seemed like we are always going to Dallas. But I think the Cowboys are doing a good enough job embarrassing themselves. So, you know, again, don't let Dak stay clean, and it's really difficult for them to win. 2019, okay. Was that the Stafford um fake spike jump over the goal line? 2019. I think that's what that was, right? Or 2017. Yeah, was that the fake spike game? Or was that even further down the track? The Detroit Pistons are proving that their bench is better than your bench as they are shellacking the Spurs by 22 right now. Yeah, it was the fake spike game. All right, cool. Um, so I am going to go ahead and get up out of here. Um, yeah, tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday for me. So yeah, it's Wednesday for you. Tomorrow's show we'll talk about something. We'll talk about something. I'll try to pull from all the news that I can of the Detroit Lions. Um, yeah, and we'll hang out, chop it up. Like I said, get your mailbag questions in. Use the Discord. Force me to check it every day. The more you use it, the more I'll check it, and the more I'll get into the routine of checking it. Um, if I say, "Hey, what? Get your mailbag questions in," and you go check the Discord, and I go, "Oh, that's how it goes." Um, Toodaloo kangaroo. All right, y'all. Once again, appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Also, sticking through when I was falling on my face in the beginning. Dog tired. About to go back out to work right now. But once again, the Motor City Cats, we back at it. Came to give you stats, not static, whatever you do. Make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic, and we are out. Peace.